Hey, what is up y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Building Your Comments. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a request from Michelin512 to build ourselves a small rocket. Apparently, the word small is not in my dictionary because I had a really cool idea for today's build. While I was googling some images for reference for today's build, I ended up finding an image from L Shengshunshi on DeviantArt of some steampunk vehicles. Out of these three vehicles, I thought the one on the furthermost right was my favorite, and I thought I would try coming up with something of a similar idea and concept. This actually reminded me a lot of one of my favorite enemies from Honkai Star Rail, the Entrance Ingenium, which is a mechanical fish as well. And I thought, you know what, let's try and build something similar to this because I really like the concept. I like fish, I like the look of them, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. So here we are, getting into the build. Overall, this build took me about 2.5 hours to complete due to the fact it was symmetrical. Once again, I don't know why, but even though I keep telling myself that I hate building symmetrically, I continue to do it. What was it, the moon? That was the last build I did that was symmetrical, and that one took me so long as well. Yeah. This build was just annoying to do because of how frequently I had to go back and forth between each side to make sure everything was correct. However, this build was a lot easier since it was more of an organic shape. I'm pretty sure I also said that in a previous episode I wouldn't be building any steampunk things in this area, but I quickly changed my mind because I really love steampunk stuff, and if I'm going to build a steampunk area in the future, I want to have a way to make it connect with the rest of my world. So we're bringing in some of the steampunk over here, so we're starting a little bit early. Let's go! I do also have to admit that I used to not like copper as much as I did when it first came out, but the more that I've built in this game, the more I've realized how much I did not realize I needed copper. Copper has been such a huge part of my builds recently. Like the moon. It's like such a nice color, it's a nice tone, it fits in with everything, it's like a natural tone. I say natural tone, but like, I don't think it's really that natural. It just looks really good, and I'm happy with it. It's also like one of the easiest blocks to gradiate with. It has its own gradient in its categories and whatnot. Like it's made for gradiating. I don't even know if that's a real word, but new one if it isn't. At this point of the build, I actually got kind of tired of placing all those copper blocks. So I decided, you know what, let's break things up a little bit by putting in a bunch of water inside of this compartment of the build. I figured maybe this water could be seen as some type of, I don't know, source of energy for the steam or something. I don't know. I don't really know how a bunch of the steampunk-esque machinery things work. I just like the style. Steampunk has to be one of my favorite styles ever. Like, I like medieval, but steampunk? Something about steampunk just hits different. I love it. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite style of era is. For example, cyberpunk, steampunk, modern, futuristic, fantasy, medieval, you name it. Whatever is your favorite era, or style of era. I like to know what kind of eras people are into, and you know, it's just kind of interesting to see. A quick little apology, you might hear it in my voice, but I am kind of sick. Not sick necessarily, just my voice is just trying to keep up with the change in weather. I've had this big cough for a while, and I'm still trying to get over it. I've been coughing this entire recording session. I'm trying my best. Hopefully I didn't catch any on the recording though. Another little side note before we get to the outro, I do have to mention that I did forget to record a portion of my building session. I just kind of got caught up in real life, and I just realized that I kept on building without recording it, and hopefully it's not too much that you'll notice. I mean, it's a lot that you'll notice. First of all, it changes the entire time of day. Let's see. It changes a bunch of greenery, which I like. I like to make my things look older, so hopefully that worked. And yeah, you'll see the rest for yourself. See you in the outro. Let's go! Okay, here we are in the outro, and I have to admit, I say this every episode, this has to be one of my favorite builds. Like, it just feels like a fish. I love it. It just, I don't know. I didn't mean for like the cogs and stuff to look like a goldfish, but it really does. I think this might be my new favorite build, right next to the moon. Like, I'm honestly just as happy with this build as I was with the moon, and even like the other previous builds I've done that I've loved. I don't know, something about this, like the organicness of this just feels good. For a steampunk thing like this, being organic is impressive, I think. You have to let me know down in the comments below what you think about this build. Like I said, I personally love it. I want to know what you think about it, and hopefully, maybe if y'all enjoy it too, I'll try to carry this kind of style into my next builds, or future builds, I don't know. Also, look at this water! I love it! I love how it actually fits into the whole system. Like, the steampunkness is just, it's beautiful. I love it! But anyways, thank you all for the suggestion. I thought it was beautiful. I loved it, as you see here. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Well, thank you for watching. And of course, have a good one.